in the last class, we were actually looking at the data types. So when I say data types, the type of the data it holds, and that is what we were covering. And within the data types, we add actually string, integer, float, and bool, right? So we were actually having this. Now with this, integer is just a number, float is just like a decimal number, and boolean, it can be either true or false. What you see here, it can be true or it can be false. But the most importantly, we learned about indexing. That is very, very important, right? When I say indexing, how did you access the elements of the string? For that, we started to check the memory location. So when I say memory location, it always starts with the index 0. So if I give 0, I used to get the capture k value. And if I want the second element, it should be like a b of 1. So we were actually working on, and few of the experiments we have done, and where we have figured out that the string indexing usually starts from the start, end, and step. So you can also give the step, correct? Now with this, we were able to extract certain words, and finally we have come across this. Okay, now one thing you need to understand is there is a couple of things which we need to discuss here, but we will do that later. How to read from the reverse, we will see that. Okay, but before that, I have a problem. Okay, these are the main data types that I have. Data types like string, integer, float, and bool. But I have a problem. Let me tell you what is a problem. So I'll go here. I will take a copy, or let's do one thing. I'll just take the file name, and I'll go to the home tab. I'll go to the new kernel, and let me give the name. Today's session is a fourth session, that is Python fourth session, and it's going to be advanced data types, and today's date is 24. Okay, now we already covered variables, we already covered data types. Okay, data types, like we have seen like 4 data types that we had, which was basically boolean, integer, float, and string. And mainly we work with string because that's where we focused on the indexing, right? We were able to access the data. Now there is a challenge. Let's see how to tackle this challenge. Okay, now we have one variable called Vinay. Is actually the student name. Okay, next, b equal to, I'll say, is actually 175 centimeters height. Okay, and c is actually 78 kg, that is 78 in weight, and d is actually from Bangalore, and for e is phone number. Now this is 1% record. Okay, this is 1% record. I am storing Vinay's height, Vinay's weight, Vinay's name, Vinay's location, and Vinay's phone number. Okay, now this is what we have. I have stored Vinay's information in 5 variables, correct? Now if someone is asking, hey, can you tell me what is Vinay's name? Very easy, print of A. Can you tell me what is Vinay's height? Very easy, print of B. Can you tell me what is Vinay's phone number? Print of E. Okay, so I can easily get his name, I can easily get his phone number, I can get whatever information I want because I've already declared those and I'm reusing it. Okay, now totally Mahesh is asking me, people who have joined this batch today, get all those details, like what is their height, what is their weight, which location they come from, and what is the phone number, and what is his email ID, name and phone number. So Mahesh is asking to collect all these details now. Now, very simple question. For each student, how many variables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 variables to store 5 informations. Okay. How many students have joined today? 65. 65. So 65 students. Each one I will be having 5 variables, means 65 into 5. Very weak in maths. Anyone?
320.
325.
325 variables I need to create. To store how many information? 65 students information. Tell me, am I right? Can we do this?
No.
Can I?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
That's a lot of variables, and if tomorrow the number of students increases, the variables will keep on increasing.
Okay. In order to tackle this type of problem, okay, in order to tackle this type of problem where we have lot of variables that we have created, right? We have created lot of variables. In order to tackle this problem, now Python has come up with advanced data types, or I can say it's a way of handling the larger variable logic. Like if you want to store all the elements, I cannot use 5 variables. So in order to overcome that, your Python is actually come up with, we call it as an advanced data types, or it's a betterment to your variables, betterment to handle variables. They have come across few more data types, which I will call list, which we call tuple, and which we call dictionary. Now, this is what we are going to cover today. Okay, we in the yesterday's session, we have seen the basic data types like string, integer, float, and boolean. But today, we already started with the problem. For one student, I cannot store 5 information here, right? I cannot use 5 variables. Just because like it is easily available, that doesn't mean that I keep on creating it. For 65 students, I cannot store your information in 325 variables. I cannot do that. So let me find out a way. Can I store multiple values to a single variable? Now that's what we are going to do. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now, what I've discussed, the same thing. Okay. The same thing, A, B, C, D, E. Now what I will do is, I will assign it to one more variable, V. I will assign to one more variable B, but here, rather than storing Vinay's information from A, B, C, D, E, 5 variables, what I am going to do, I am going to store like this. Vinay, comma, 165, comma, 78, comma, Bangalore, comma, 9633258741. Now I have stored this information in one variable. What is that variable? V. All the Vinay's information, I was able to store it in one variable called V. In the 6th line, if you see, In the sixth line, if you see, I am actually storing it in 5 variables. Name in one variable, height in variable, weight in one variable, location in one variable, phone number in one variable. But in the line number 7, I made sure that all this information is stored in only one variable, that is nothing but V. Right? Now, if I go and see type of A, you will get str, string. If I go and give type of B, I'll get integer. If I go and see type of C, I'll again get integer. So string, integer, integer, string, integer. But if I go and give type of V, you will get it as list. So the first data type that we are going to learn, that is the advanced data type that we are going to learn, will be list. As in then, let's start figuring it out. What is this list? Line number 7 is the first list that we have created. Now let's define what is this list. List is collection of elements. It's a collection of elements, right? This is all elements. It's all data, right? So it's a collection of elements. The next thing is list is actually enclosed in square bracket. I started with a square bracket, open bracket, and I ended that with a square bracket, right? So these are the two lines. First we have written. So why we need list? First of all, the answer to your question is in the line number 6. Why we need list? I cannot store 5 variables to store one student information, because if I have 60 students, I cannot spend 300 variables. So in order to overcome that problem, I am actually going with list. Now list is, you can actually send n number of elements to store it in single variable. So I was able to get it in the V variable. In the V variable, all the Vinay's information I have stored here. Now you may ask me, okay, if I want to display Vinay's name, I can say print of A. If I want to say, I want to get Vinay's height, I can say B. I want weight, I can say C. Now here from the V, how am I going to access is age height information or a weight information? How am I going to do that? For that, what I'll do is, this is the list of elements that I've defined for Vinay. Very simple. Yesterday, we have clearly covered that whenever you want to access the element, the only possibility that you can do with the help of Python is Python indexing. With a Python indexing, I should be able to access it. Now imagine that I want to access Vinay. In that case, I will go and give V of 1. I'll give V of 1. But if I run V of 1, I'll get 165. We know that in Python, the indexing starts from
0.
0. So if I go and give V of 0, I'll be getting Vinay. If I want Bangalore is location, V of 0, V of 1, V of 2, V of 3. So if I give V of 3, I should be able to get his location. So here I was just simply printing print of A, print of B, print of C. But here I am storing in a set of elements, and that's the list for you. To overcome the problem of many variables, we have come across a concept called list. And in the list, you can store as many as informations you want. So to give you the answer, why we need list? Very simple. Remember this, as a burden to variable, because I cannot create 5 variables, right, for one person. So to reduce the burden to a variable, we are creating a list. Now list is a collection of elements, which is enclosed in the square bracket. Okay, this you try to understand. Now, this was the problem. In order to overcome the problem, we have defined one list. Type of V will give you the list. List is the first thing that we are going to learn, which can be categorized into advanced data types, where list is a collection of elements and it is enclosed in the brackets. Okay. Now, what I will do, I want to store 3 students information. I want to store 3 students information. How I will store? I will store like Vinay information, and I'll put all this information here. So this is one student. Now I'll go to next student. Maybe I'll make it as Santosh information. So I'll make it as Santosh phone number. Next, I'll add one more information, like say Anand. I have a story for Anand. Okay, he's my neighbor. So I'll tell you, you remember me one day, I'll tell you. Anand, 160 centimeter, he is 79 kg, and imagine is coming from Chennai, and his phone number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Santosh,
Now
here we need to consider index means we need to consider space.
what space? Where is space?
Oh, here now we are entering Vinay, comma space 160.
No. This is one value, this is one
Oh.
value, this is one value, this is one value, this is one value.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like an array.
Yeah, there it was a string. Okay, there it was a string. Yesterday what we covered was a string. There you can have the space considered, but this is the elements. So every element will be considered as one index. Okay. Now this 3 information, the 3 students information, I have stored in 3 variables. The variable names I've clearly told you that it can be a single word, underscore can be allowed, and you cannot have like this. You cannot have like this. I've clearly told you, right? Day 1 of Python class, we have first covered variable good practice. How we have to create the variable names and all we have covered, right? So we have covered that. So this is a variable. So rather than giving ABC, I wanted to be precise. It's a Vinay's information, Santosh information, Anand information. So that is why I'm writing like this. Now, all this, if you see, 3 students information, I have stored in 3 variables. By chance, if I did not have a list in Python, then how many variables was required?
Many variables.
15.
15 variables. 15 variables. 15 variables was actually required to store this 3 information in case if we did not have a list. Correct? Now, let's figure out how to access it. How to access it. Now, this is a Vinay's information. This is a Santosh information. This is Anand information. By chance, if someone is asking, what is Santosh location? It's very easy. Index of 0, 1, 2, 3. This is Santosh location. If someone is asking, what is Anand's phone number? It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm able to get. Okay. As in then, you also try to understand that this is Santosh information, right? If I want to get information from this to this, that means I want Santosh name, I want Santosh height, I want Santosh weight. In that case, what I will do? We already know that the first will be start. And I need till here. So 0, 1, 2. Will it come?
No. +1, 3.
Why this number is not coming?
It is excluded.
It is excluded. So I should write +1. So doesn't look good. +1. Let's make it 3. So now I will get 0th element, first element, second element. The third element will be excluded. That is what we have seen in the yesterday's session as well. While accessing the string, we were focusing on the last element. Last element always should be +1. Now, whatever you did in the string, the same string accessing by using indexing, you can also access here with the help of list. Okay. Now, next question. Imagine here in the variable, you can always override this. Yes or no? You can always override this. Today I'm in Bangalore. Tomorrow I go to some other place. Tomorrow I go to some other place. Can it be editable? Possible?
Yes.
What
Yes.
we need to
Yes.
do?
We need to redefine a
We
particular
need to
variable.
redefine, right? We
Yeah.
need to redefine. I need to simply say D equal to some other location, right? I can give this. Now, same issue which I also want now is I want to change this location. I want to change this location. I don't want to be in Bangalore. I want to be in some other place now. Okay, so let's see what is that place, how to edit, how to update this. This is a list of elements, right? This is a list of elements. And if you print it, you'll be able to see here Santosh 163 75 Bangalore and phone number. So you have this. Similarly, now I want to change this. If it was a variable, means it was very easy. I just simply need to say D with some new location I need to give. Some new location I need to give. That is what I used to give. But here it is in the elements. So let's say, is it possible to update it? Okay, is it possible to update it? Let's see if it is possible to update it. So what I'm going to do, first let me access this Bangalore. So how to access the Bangalore? It's going to be 3. It's Bangalore. Now I will straight away go and assign this to a new location. I'll go and assign to a new location. Okay, from this location I've already accessed it. So this third element I will directly go and assign it. Does anyone know my favorite location?
Maldives.
It's Maldives.
How come you remember? Maldives. I've changed this to Maldives. Okay, now I will update it. Now if I go and display this, you can see that Bangalore has changed to Maldives. I simply have updated with the help of indexing. So Santosh information of 3, which is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3 have been changed. Now you can clearly say it is changed, right? Now with this, we should also understand that your lists are very important. Lists are mutable. When I say mutable, that means it is changeable. Once you create it, you can change it always. You can change it always. Whenever you create it, whatever value you want, you can change it. For example, I want to change the phone number. How to change the phone number? Very easy. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me take 4 and I'll say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is my new phone number. Now if I go and assign, and if I go and display this, in the previous example, I changed to Maldives. Now I am changed to phone number. So the first thing you need to understand about the list is mutable. That means you can go and change it whenever you want. All the values within the elements is changeable. Right? Are you with me? Yes?
Yes, Santosh.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to update my profession also. This is my name. This is my height. This is my weight. This is my location. This is my phone number. And I need to update my profession. Okay. Now, let me go and update it. 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. So 5 will be trainer. Okay. So this is a 0th position. first position, second position, third position, fourth position. So fifth position, I'm going and updating trainer. Now I'll go and add. It is throwing error. It is throwing error. The one beauty of Python is the errors are so crystal clear for us. It will tell us what is happening. It is clearly telling list assignment index out of range. Out of range means in the list that you have provided, which is called Santosh list, we don't even have the fifth element. If you don't have the fifth element, how can you go and assign it? That's a question for us. The error says index assignment, list assignment index out of range. Out of range means it is not at all present. The element 5 is not at all present. Then how can you go and update it? It is clearly saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This list has only 4 elements. How can you go and update the fifth position? This is not the way to update it. Ideally, what I am trying to do is adding a new element. But what we are doing with assignment, assigning the update. What we are doing here, it's actually an update. We are updating. There's nothing there in the fifth element to update. So that is why it is throwing error. Why it is throwing error? Because fifth element is not there. Fifth element is not there. Okay. How to overcome this? How to overcome this? How to overcome this? We need to figure out. Okay. Now, just before I go to the next way, that how can I add a new profession to the existing list, let's figure out few of the functions that is available within Python. The most beautiful features of Python is someone would have already written some functions and you can simply go and use it. Okay, let's go back to the yesterday's session. Let's go back to the yesterday's session and I will say A equal to KSR, A equal to Datavizon. Okay, now A equal to Datavizon. Now this is actually a variable. Okay, and the type is string. If you observe carefully, type of A, it will give you str. Now the beauty of this is, since this variable is actually a string, if you write A and if you write dot and if you write plus a tab, you can see all the functions that is applicable for the string, we can use it. All these are additional functions that I can apply to a string value. Okay, now let's try one by one. Let me go with something called upper. It's a function, so it has to be start with a bracket, it has to enclose with a bracket. Now if you observe, see here, what I gave input is Datavizon, but what I got output is a capital letter. What I got is a capital letter. That means there is a function called upper. We have not written anything. Already it is available for that particular string variable. Since that is a string, I can use all the functions which I want. Okay, next. KSR Datavizon is there. Okay, and this is a new variable. Now if I write upper, I'll get KSR Datavizon upper. Okay, now let's see if there is any other function. There is another function called case fold. What is case fold? Anyone?
Lowercase.
Capitalize. Can you see it as capital? Here I gave small, but here I've got capital.
Yeah, first letter it will be.
Yeah, if you are not able to identify, I'll show here. Datavizon D is small, but the capitalize will give you the first letter capitalize. Correct? So that is also we have seen. So A dot there is something called lower also. You know what does a lower does, right? It's just the opposite. For example, here I'm giving Santosh. And if I convert that into a lower, I'll give SAND. So lower, upper, capitalize, all these are available function for that particular string. Okay. Now let's experiment more now. What I'll do now, I will go here, a dot. Imagine that I will give the a equal to 9 I will give. Okay, I'll put it in quotes. That means this one will be considered as a string only. Since I'm putting that into a quotes, you'll still see that a is a string. Now what I'll do, a dot, there is a function called is numeric. I'm checking whether this value is numeric. I'll be getting true. Is numeric will a function which will tell you whether it's a number or not. The same thing I will do here. B equal to Python. Now I will say b dot is numeric. Now I will get false. Why? This is not numeric. This is not numeric. So since it's not numeric, I will be able to see whether I'll be getting true or false. Your true or false depends on what value you're checking, and is numeric function will check whether it's a true, whether it's a number or not. If it's a number, it will give true. If it's not a number, it will give false. So that is one more function. Okay. Now let's see. Is alphanumeric? What is alphanumeric? I'll give Python 1, 2, 3.
Combination of character and number.
Yeah, I'll give Python 1, 2, 3. Then I'll check if it is alphanumeric. So it's alpha actually. It's not alphanumeric. It's alpha. Alpha means what? Is it an alphabetic letters? Is it an alphabetic letters? No. I have given 1, 2, 3 as well. So that is why it is not taking. If I give only Python, then is it alpha? Yes, true. So it's not alphanumeric, it's alphabetic. It's only alphabetic, right? So whether it's an alphabetic letters or not, it will give you again. So is numeric, is alpha, all these are supportive functions that your string has. Okay, now let's see. One more thing we will see. Let's say B and
Sir, what is case fold?
we'll tell you. Okay, we'll experiment one by one. So let's say we have,
appearing Santosh after typing dot.
sorry, after typing.
After typing the a dot, the dialog box is not appearing. Like all the functions you are able to see, right? I'm not able to see them.
For that, you have to make sure that this is string, and also you should press tab. I'm pressing tab, B dot, and I'm pressing tab on the keyboard.
Okay.
Hey, Santosh, the functions which are appearing right in that pop-up, are they related to string only, or they are all
It is
possible
related to
functions?
string only. Okay,
Thank you.
it is related to string only. Now let's figure out more. Okay, now I will say b equal to 3.14. I'm assigning one variable value to this. I'll check if b is decimal. So will I get true or will I get false?
True.
True.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Let's take it only. Is decimal. Why it is giving false?
Taking a string.
Is there any other function?
Float value.
You are written as a string, na? You are written inside the braces.
Yeah. Let's check this. This numeric we checked. And let me go and get it. This digit.
Remove these quotes.
Now, if I remove quotes, it becomes an integer data type. Okay,
Type
let me
B,
tell you that. See,
print type B.
see, all these functions which is applicable, right? It is applicable only for string only. Okay, you will not be able to apply it for number. So here, what I should do is, let's say here I'm giving data vision. Okay, and here I'm giving b equal to some number. So if you see here, two variables I've defined. One is if I go and say type of A, it's actually a string. And if I go and give type of B, it is giving integer. So if I press A dot and if I press tab, you'll get lot of functions. Capitalize, case fold, center, count, starts with, ends with, and you have is alphanumeric, is alpha, is ASCII, and then you have is lower function, and then you also have upper, split functions. So all these are supporting functions, right? But the same if I write b dot and if I press tab, I will get different functions. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 functions. Here actually I got minimum 20 functions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 30 functions are there. 30 plus functions are there. But when I go and say b dot, I can see only 9 functions because the function depends on the data type. If it is a string, it will have all the string functions supportable. This is a number. B is a number. It is an integer. For integer, I will have only these supporting functions. Let's come back to the functions later. Now, why I interrupted this topic, because my main objective was to add a column here. Okay, my main objective was to add a column here, but I was not able to add because of the index issue. Fifth was not there. But we know that for this list also, we may have n number of functions that is applicable. For string, you have a separate functions. For number, you may have a separate functions. For list also, you may have a separate functions. So what I will do, I will go and list this dot tab, and you can see all these are supporting functions that I can have with respect to list. Now, my clear indication, I've already told you, your Python is very much similar to like in English. I will go and say this
Append.
list dot append, and I will go and append like value like a trainer. Now, if I go and enter this, the value will be appended to the existing list. Now, if you guys go and see that initially I had only till phone number, but now we had a trainer. How I was able to add? I was able to actually do it with the help of append. So append is actually adding the last element. The last element after the index is complete, it is going and adding. That's my profession. So I have added here. So how did I get to know every variable, whether it's a string data type or it's a number data type or it's a list data type, everything will have a supportive functions. That is the beauty of Python. String will have their own functions. String will have their own functions. This is a string. If you see, string will have all these functions. Similarly, we have a number b. For b, you have a different functions. And similarly, for list also, we will have different functions. Copy, append, count, extend, all this we have. Okay, so this is where you can add an additional element. If you want to add additional information, it's all about adding append. So if I do append, I will get in the last. So let me append it one more time. Santosh info dot append, and I'll write email ID. Santosh@microsoft.com. Now I will enter. Now if I go and list this, you can see that it is getting in the last. Okay, but now I can guess your next question. Can we add only towards the end? Can we add in between? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, we can add.
Okay. If I go and add santosh.info and if I write append of KSR, what will happen?
It will add at the end.
If I do this, KSR will throw me out. Why?
It will add at last.
If I do this, KSR will throw me out. Why? Why?
You are adding it at last.
You're adding in last, right? You're adding in last. How can you add my name in the last? KSR will question me. So now I need to find a way. Where can I insert this KSR? If I do a append, it is actually adding in the end. I did append of trainer, it came in the last. I did actually here also I did append, so here also it came in the last. Now append will not work. Okay, append will not work. If I do append, that means it is clearly understandable that it is going in the end. So I need to find a way. I need to find a way which I can use. So before I decide which function I can use, I'll go back to the string now. I'll go back to the string. Now for all these functions, right, is numeric, is alpha, and like upper, lower, all this we have used, right? Upper, we have used all this, upper, right? And we have used a dot lower. Now all these are actually called functions. All these are actually called functions, right? So functions means it either starts with open bracket and close bracket. Similarly, I was also thinking, can I use another function? A dot, there was a function called count. There is a function called count. But just like other functions like lower, upper, is digit, is alphanumeric, all this, I also tried to write a dot count, but if I run it, it is actually throwing me error. It is actually throwing me error. I thought it is just like a normal function, but no, it is expecting some argument. I am saying count, but what do you want to count? What you want to count? That you are not giving. I want to say how many V is there in this word. So if I write it now, I will say I will get 1. So that means when compared to lower function and when compared to upper function, this count function is actually accepting one parameter. How would I get to know? I don't even remember. Okay, I'm been using Python for almost 10 years now, but I don't even remember. I got to know with the help of error. I got to know from this error. It is saying your count function takes at least one argument, but you have given 0. That's what I said, right? Never think too much. Your Python will give you crystal clear error. It is clearly telling, as a count function, I am going to accept one parameter, but you are not giving any parameter. So what you want to count? You have to tell me that. You have to tell me that. So let's say that I want to count A. How many A is there? 1, 2. So 2A is there. So that means count function is actually accepting one parameter. So it all depends whether you're using upper, whether you're using lower. In that case, you should also find out what is the parameters. Now let's come back here. Now I want to add in specific location. So I was thinking what I can use. Append will not work. Clear, count, extend. Here you go. There was something called, insert. There's something called insert. The purpose of insert is you can insert wherever you want. Whichever location you want, you can insert it, right? Now, let me go and insert KSR. But if I run it, it will also throw error. It will also throw error. What it is throwing error? Can anyone read the error and tell me what I could be missing?
We are
Actually, two
missing one
arguments
more
exist.
argument.
We need to.
I am missing
mention the
one more
function.
argument. I'm missing one more argument. Now Python is actually scolding me, telling that, boss, you're telling me to insert, but where should I insert? You're not even given that position. I will say, you please insert KSR in the first position. So I will insert it now. Now it worked. So that means insert function is expecting two parameters. The first one, it was expecting index, where you want to store. The second value is the actual value that I'm going to store. Now if I go and write this, can you see where it got inserted? Did it get inserted in the first position?
Yes.
Yes, we can put 0.
No, it's inserted in second position because 0 is the first index.
No, first positions means what? I'm talking in terms of indexing only. This is 0, this is 1, no? So I wanted to insert here only. After my name, I wanted to insert my company which I'm working for. So I wanted to insert. So I'm inserting index value. So first position means index element it is. It is index. So index means obviously it is going to the second element here. Is that clear? Are we good?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Santosh.
Now I get line by line. Why can't you get in one single sentence?
It's one sentence only, right? It's actually like it's going beyond the threshold. That's why it's coming in next line. It will continue like this, but here it was lot of elements are there, right? That's why it's giving like, it's not row by row, it's same only. If you see bracket, it's opening here, and brackets, it's ending here.
So to see the variable, we don't have to write the print function, right?
What?
Like when we started to see the variable, we used to write print function, print Santosh information, like print A, print B. Now we are directly fetching print.
Nothing. Print also will work. Without print also it will work. Okay. If you just enter also it will work. If you give print also it will work. It's a notebook,
Also,
right? It's a notebook here, so it will work. Both are same.
But it's good practice, right? We should have to always write a print.
What?
It's a good practice. We need to write a print in brackets.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. It's my own editor, right? There is nothing like that. We have to always use print. We want to see the output. That's our target. Okay. So we can write it with print or we can write it without print also. Okay. Now
append and insert both can be, we can write a statement, insert statement, which will do equivalent to append, right? If we do dot insert 6 comma san@microsoft.com, that will do the same job as append, correct?
Yeah, you can do that. But every time you cannot count the index, right? Will you keep on counting it? Like, for example, now I want to add any element here. I cannot count it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th position. So I'll insert 7 and I'll give some words. Doesn't work every time. So my wish is, whenever I want in the last element, I will simply go and use append. But specifically, if I want to insert in the first position, second position, third position, you please go and use insert.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Now, all good. Okay. Now let's see. I'll ask a question now. Let me take another list now. Okay. Let me take another list. This time I'll take only numbers. 1, 4, 3, 2, 7, 7, 5, 7, 8. Imagine I'm taking set of all numbers now. I'm storing n number of values within one variable. Now I will see the type of A. It should be list. Now if I say A dot append, and if I put 99, tell me what will happen.
Like as for
After A,
previous,
it will
one,
add 99.
it will be add at the end.
Are you sure?
It will add approximately 90 spaces blank, and then
what?
That is
90?
only string value.
Added at the end.
Question is very simple. You have list of elements. I'm appending 99. Like what I did append here, append trainer to this one. I'm also appending 99 to this. What will happen?
8, comma 99.
It will append
After 8. After 8.
that
it
is
will
only
append
string value.
Did it append in the last? Yes.
Yes.
This is actual behavior, right? Append will go
Yes.
and add the last element. Fine, perfect. Now let me ask this requirement. I want to insert 199 between the values 3 and 2. Who can help me?
A dot
A
insert.
dot insert.
Open and close square brackets. I mean, curly bracket. Yeah.
3, 199.
3, 199.
Is it correct?
Yes.
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 Why 3? I'm asking between 3 and 2. No, here I need, right?
That means
Yeah.
index
So
2, 1.
the second index position we have 3. So when we get 3, it will get added after 3.
Yes.
After second index position.
Here 3 represents the fourth position, so that we need to add this 199 in the fourth position, so that we have mentioned 3 here.
Okay. This is 0 position. This is first
2.
position. This is second position. I want to insert here. If I insert here, automatically this will move apart. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is the right answer. So let me go and insert this. Now if I go and write, I have got 199 between this 3 and 2. Okay. Now this is about the inserting. What we have done, both append also we have seen, insert also we have seen. Insert means you have to provide the position where you want to insert. If you want to insert at the third position, you insert 3. If you want to insert at fifth position, you want to insert 5. So that you can do. Now you have a list now. This is A. But I see that this is not sorted. Sometimes there is always required for you to sort. Imagine we have a student's rank and that student's rank has to be sorted. So I was just thinking, how can I sort it? How can I sort it? Very easy. A dot. I was just looking for the tab. Wow. There is a fixed function called sort. So let me sort it. That's it. You go and print A. Is it sorted?
Yes.
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 Okay. First assignment for you in this Python session. The first assignment for you in the Python session, I have observed that by default, the list is sorted. The list is ordering in ascending order. It is actually ordering from ascending order. Now, I want you to find out how can you order
Reverse.
descending order.
Yeah,
This is your first assignment. I want you to figure out, you ask ChatGPT, you ask Stack Overflow, you ask Gemini, you ask your friend, you ask your relative, you ask your husband, wife, whomever you want to ask. Tomorrow, I want the answer for this. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question. Hello, am I
Go ahead.
audible? Yeah. So in the insert option, like we did the insert between 3 and 4. So again, we want to put this between like some other places. So can we remove this thing like what we did?
Just now we have added, right? We will see how to remove. Okay, we are still in the adding. We'll see how we have to remove the elements. Okay, let's go in order. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Okay, thank you.
we have this one, right? Let me take another one. I will take something called 2, 1, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, and I'll also take 99 and I'll say take 12. Now I've taken B, right? You can see there is a B. There is a question to you. can you reverse the elements of a list? The question to you is, can you reverse the elements of a list?
Yes.
P dot, where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. There is a function called
Reverse.
reverse. Did it called reverse? Yes?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's reverse.
Yes, but we need to give another function.
Why?
For the descending, can we do the reverse like
Yeah,
first
that's
ascending and then
yeah, that's something very good thinking. We can do this. Once you do ascending order, reverse it. Right? That's a smart move. You can also directly order in a descending order, but this also you can do it. Once you do this, right? Once you sort it, this one I've sorted, right? You simply on top of this, you can go and apply reversing. That will give you the descending order. That's a smart move, but still there is a straightforward way that you can order the descending order. That is what you can find out. Okay. Now, we have seen this. Reverse is actually reversing the element. 12, 99, 1, 2 is coming in this direction. It's getting reversed. Okay. Now, this is all good. This is all good. Now, what I will do, I'll go back to the original list. I'll go back to the original list. Now, in this original list, I want to remove the last element first. Santosh at Microsoft. You people know what is moonlighting?
Yes.
What is moonlighting?
Yeah.
Dual employment.
Is it legal in India?
No.
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 So what I'm doing is illegal, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
No. You're
Why?
getting paid from the
Yes.
same employer.
Where? KSR is
Technically,
paying, Microsoft is paying.
no,
Oh, okay.
technically no. Technically no.
Officially, yes.
As
You
per the
don't
working
have.
hours, you can do that.
Moonlighting is a dual employment. You cannot work in more than one company. You have to stick on to working with only one company. But I'm working for two companies. So that
You
means
cannot work as consultant?
you cannot work in two companies. That's a rule in India. It's a moonlighting is you cannot work for two companies. But what I am doing is a dual employment. What if there is a case against me and I go behind the bars? What will happen?
So as per the working hours, you can do.
As per?
As per the working hours.
This is my working hours. 9 o'clock, I need to log into my office. But as I'm still working here, no? What if I get caught?
No.
What may happen?
No one can cut.
You will get fired.
Even will KSR fire me or will Microsoft fire me?
Microsoft.
Microsoft firing.
Okay. Now, jokes apart, let's remove the last element. Okay, since I'm working for KSR, let me remove the last element. Okay. How to remove the last element? Very easy.
Reverse
Very
and then
easy. You simply go and say that we have tried append, we have tried insert, we have tried reverse, we have tried sort, but there is something called pop. There is something called pop. Let's try with pop. Pop means the last element will be removed. Now, if I go and show you this, you can see that the last element has been removed. Now, I want to remove trainer also. Very easy. One more time, I'll write pop. Trainer also will be removed. Now, if I write trainer also will be removed. Now, can I say this pop is like an append? It is working only on the last element. Append also was adding the last element. Pop is also removing only the last element. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you all with me?
But you cannot do pop and
Yes.
a bracket, you say 1, 2, or 3, whichever you want to remove.
Right. Right. Let's say I want to pop second element. It is removed. So now if I go here, it is removed. Right? If you give only pop, it will remove the last element. But if you give any element there, that is a index value, pop of 2. So that means 0, 1, 2. This is removed. Correct? Now, but we also have an alternative here. There's also one more function called remove. Let's see what it can remove. So remove takes exactly one argument, but you have not given the argument. So let's give the remove. So remove, I will remove 0, 1, 2. It says that 2 is not present. That means here pop was actually looking for index 0, 1, 2. But remove will look for actual word
Value.
element. Now it will remove. Now you go and see. See here? Your pop is actually removing the last element like an append. But in pop, we also give some argument like which index I want to remove. That I was able to remove it. Pop of 2, pop of 3. The 2 and 3 was index. But I was also thinking, is there an alternative? Yes, definitely we have an alternative which is called remove. But remove, you cannot give the index. You have to give the actual value which you want to remove. Is that clear? Yes?
Clear, Santosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, so good. Now, this list is actually having the information of Santosh, KSR, 75, phone number. I want to flush it out. I want to flush it out. Flush it out means I want to clean up this list. Very easy. Clear. Cleared. Is it cleared?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I will go and recreate it once again. Okay. I'll go and recreate it once again. This is the information of Santosh which I initially gave. Now I will give this. Now this information, if you see here, it's a list. This content of this entire list, I need to copy to a new list. How to do it? I will take one. Santosh equal to this one dot copy. What will happen? The contents of this list will be copied to this list. Now you see, this also will give you the same name. This also will give you the same content because I've copied it. Is that clear? So we have tried. Append we have tried. Clear we have tried. Copy we have tried. Index we have not tried. Insert we have tried. Pop we have tried. Remove we have tried. Reverse we have tried. Sort we have tried. So hardly we have 2-3 functions. Depending on the scenarios, we can use it. This is how you work with a list. Okay, you can do anything because it supports certain functions. That's the beauty of Python. If it is a string, it will have string functions. If it is a number, it will have a number functions. And if it is a list, you will have list function. Okay, so my question next to you is, I want you to find out what is this count does. There is a count function here, right? If you see, there is a count function. Let's see how do you count it. Okay, very simple. Let me take one set of numbers. This is a one set of numbers and I want to count it. B dot count. Why it's throwing error?
It takes one argument.
I will say count of 4. The answer should be
1.
1.
1. Count of 2.
3. 2.
2.
2.
Count of 1 should be 3. So count function also
3.
we have tried. So like this, we can work with n number of functions with respect to it. String means you will have string functions, list means you will have list functions. And today you need to understand that why we are actually creating the list, why we are learning the list. List is actually we are learning because I cannot create 5 variables for each and every person. So one variable will have 5 records of one student, maybe collection of elements. And today what we have covered is a list. List is a collection of elements. List is enclosed in square brackets, and lists are mutable. That means once you create it, you can always go and change it. Whether you want to append it, or you want to insert it, or you want to remove it, or you want to pop it out, it's up to you how you do it. Is that clear?
Can you explain the count once again?
Let's see who can explain this count. Can anyone explain what is this count doing?
Whatever argument was given, we're getting, it can count and can give the answer.
Yeah,
Yes,
so it
count.
takes one parameter, it will
One
take the
parameter.
value and look for how many values are there in the list and gives the count, number of
occurrence of that value in the entire set.
Yeah.
Count only integers.
It will give number of elements.
Oh, any elements. If you put alphabets also, right, Santosh?
If you want to put alphabets.
But it has to be string, right, then?
No, count was, we also counted for your, this one, right? Say, for example, C equal to A,
Comma.
B, comma A, comma A, comma C.
And put C, A, B, and instead of C, put A, B, and then see if we count.
No, let's count it. See,
It has to be
I'll
one
say,
only. Yeah.
if I count A, what will I get? 3, no?
3.
So if I go count B?
1.
If I count A, small a, now if I count A, how many, what will be the count of A?
0.
0.
2.
3, right?
2. No, it's case, data is case sensitive.
Very good.
What happens if we put AB instead of C? Let's put AB. Will it count if it is more than one character?
No, it won't.
No,
That's a different
this
element.
spacing, right? It's a different element. I'm counting A means it will count only A.
So it will not extract from the
No.
last set. No?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Is this clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. In the next
You're
class,
making it fun to learn. Thank you.
In the next class, we will be learning about tuple. Okay. In the next class, we will be learning about tuple.
Today's last, right? For the.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. So just this completes the today's topic. And we have also completed 5 days free session. Okay. So I have completed 5 days free session. See, let me tell you one thing. More than a trainer here, I'm actually a swimming coach. Okay. I train people in swimming. Like, I don't know whether you people know this. In Bangalore, it's famous. Okay. So do you all know this cult? Cult Fit.
Yes, Santosh.
Okay. I train people here. Okay. I do it on a daily basis, like either evening or morning. I go there and I train people. I teach swimming to kids. That's my main profession. Then only comes all this training. Okay. Now, imagine that I am teaching you how to swim. Okay. Imagine that I'm telling you how to swim. Swimming is very easy, right? Swimming is very easy. You just need to make sure that you breathe in as much as you can. The more the air you take in your lungs, you will start floating. Okay, the more you take air in your lungs, you start floating. Okay, and once you start floating, you slowly breathe out and just pull your hands and make sure that you shake your legs. If you do this, definitely you will swim. Okay, now I've teached you how to swim. Are you all ready to get into water? Is it possible?
No.
No.
And I was being awarded as one of the best swimming trainer in cult. And I've teach you training. Why can't you learn it? Why can't you swim it? Why can't you do it?
We need to practice.
Practical
Doesn't matter who is teaching. Unless and until you get into water, you will never learn swimming. Okay? And that applies here. Unless and until you sit and write the code, even you learn from one of the best ever trainer, it is not going to be useful for you. Coding, programming, you have only one mantra. Sit, practice, see the error, fix it by yourself. You watch this recording 1,000 times. You watch this recording 1,00,000 times. It's not going to work. It's like a swimming. You keep on watching swimming videos. Will you learn? Definitely not. Your swimming and coding comes with the same mantra. Unless and until you get into that, you will never learn. Right? With this, we will stop here. The first 5 free sessions has been done. Okay. So people who are like willing to learn, as I said, we already have a roadmap, SQL, Python, then we will be covering data warehousing. Okay. And then we'll be learning big data, Spark, PySpark, and finally we'll be learning Azure. So this entire duration will come for 100 days. And it's nevertheless, it's not going to be anything less than 120 hours. So minimum 120 hours. The classes will be from Monday to Friday. Okay, Monday to Friday. It's going to be at 8 a.m. to 9:30 or 9:15 IST. Okay, so we started the class from 18th. So 18, 19, and this 3 days, you have got 5 free sessions. If you feel like, okay, coding I can learn, I'm able to understand the speaker's words, whatever he's telling, I'm able to understand. Only in that case, you join. Okay, we are not forcing anyone. It's up to you. It's your hard-earned money. You take a wise decision. You attend n number of free demos. You go back to other institutes, check everything, do everything, and then you come back here, and then you can talk to our team. Okay, so this 5 free sessions, and for this batch, SQL is completed. So we are actually in Python. Since it's actually goes for 4.5 months, we accept new admissions for every topic we accept. So this is where we are Python, we are accepting new people. So you can directly learn Python. This is not dependent on SQL. That's the first thing. It's just a coding language. SQL was also coding, Python is also coding. So people who have joined for Python, never to worry, because you will also get the SQL recordings that we have completed for 20 days. Apart from that, you can attend any batch in SQL in KSR. Okay, you can attend any batch. SQL is a mandatory that we teach for everyone. Whoever comes to KSR, for the first things we teach SQL. So if not this batch, we can also go and attend another batches as well. There are multiple batches which are going on. You can attend SQL. But here, in this particular 8 a.m. batch, we'll be completing Python. So once you are ready with SQL and Python, it's all about getting your data warehousing implemented. I actually found one beautiful image actually. You would have seen this, right? You would have seen this, right? A guy lifting a very big rock. Just remember this rock as data engineering. To lift that rock, you need 2 hands. And those 2 hands are One is Python, one is SQL. If you learn SQL and Python, easily you can lift the subject. So with that, any more details, please reach out to our team. Our team can help you. Any questions?
Santosh, like what you given list that comes like order, right? Like after completion of Python, it will go to data warehousing topics.
This is the order which I've mentioned there.
Okay.
SQL, Python, data warehousing, big data, Spark, PySpark, Azure.
And in PySpark, all the concepts of SQL will cover, right? Like SQL.
Whatever we are doing in the projects, Python, SQL, everything we will be implementing in PySpark. So we will cover that. We will cover SQL also there.
Okay.
In Azure, will we have any hands-on training, Santosh?
Yes, hands-on experience in the sense what I'm doing currently, right? The same thing I'll do there also. I'm doing a screen share, I'm writing the code, and I'm asking you questions, right? Same thing I will do there also. But there you have to practice. Here I am practicing in my system. You have to practice in your system.
Okay.
Every class is going to be practicals. Never expect any PPTs in the KSR classes. Everything is going to be hands-on experience here.
Santosh, do we have any assignments this week or
Sorry?
next week? Any assignments?
Assignments, we will see. We have covered the first 5 free sessions, right? From tomorrow, we'll be like learning more. We'll be learning tuple, we'll be learning dictionary. So we'll try to understand each concepts and then slowly we'll start with the assignments.
I mean, as far as your US, your foreign students, how do we pay you this money?
The charges for this course is
I'm saying
27,000.
how do I pay you from the US?
Yeah,
Is it like a
you can either pay directly in the app.
Okay.
Okay, directly in app you can pay. It's very simple that you just need to log into our portal. I'll show you that as well. So imagine that you log into our portal, Datavizon, and if you have a first time user, from tomorrow you will not get Zoom link. Okay, I'm telling you, from tomorrow it's going to be a paid session, no more Zoom link. You have to log in from this app and then you have to take the class. So first I'll log in here. And once I log in here, I mean, if you don't have the credentials, please create one sign up. And if you see here, please go to the dashboard. There you will be able to see explore courses. In the explore courses, we have free sessions, we have upcoming sessions, we have paid sessions, we have ongoing sessions. So please go for paid session. In the paid session, you can see that Azure Data Engineering, which is this batch. So it's the course that you need to select. And once you select this, it's 27,000 in INR. So you can convert it in whichever country you are, just convert it into your dollar. And it's loading. And once you click this, you will have a buy now option. So if you can buy it directly, you can buy. This is for the people if you want to buy from app. If you really want to talk to our team, where if you're willing for paying an installments, like let's say I'll pay 10,000 first, next I'll pay 10,000 first, after that I'll pay 10,000. Do you want any installments or do you want to have a talk? You can always reach out to our team. Our team is available here. For any payment issues, directly give a call. Don't send email, directly give a call. So they'll respond to your queries, how you need to pay, how much you need to pay, all this, they'll help you out. Are we good?
And it's not non-refundable, right?
Non-refundable. Why you need non-refundable?
No, I'm just announcing that it's just not, and it's non-refundable. So this is it. From today, it's paid.
From tomorrow, it's paid, but once you pay it, see, forget about refundable, non-refundable. Why are you giving up? You have already decided to continue, and then why refundable? But still, you can talk to our team. Based on the scenarios, our team will take a call. I'm not involved in the payments. I'm involved only in the training part. So always reach out to our team in terms of payments.
All right, we're good.
Okay, 5 days done. Still, I'm asking the same question. Is Python easy?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you getting that confidence that yes, I can learn this? There is nothing in
We should
coding.
only focus on whatever you are covering. We should only practice on those particular topics only. We should not go on the Google and just try
See,
to find some exercise, right?
Python is an ocean. Okay. I will not
That's why
teach
I
all
asked.
the things. What is
Okay.
required for data engineering, I'm covering. I would
Awesome.
definitely ask you to research more. I'll be telling you where you need to read, where you need to practice everything, but I'll be telling towards the end. What
Okay.
I am giving is a fundamental and basics. If you know this, you can do anything.
Okay. So from tomorrow, it will be more fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, already we have continued. The same classes only will continue, but depends on how many are joining the actual registered class. From tomorrow, it's going to be a paid session. So whoever is interested, you can reach out to our team, get paid, and we'll meet tomorrow. Any other question?
That's all. Thank you very much. Bye.
All good?
Yes.
Yes, Santosh.
Thank you, Santosh.
Thank you all.